What's going on, everybody? Today's video is just going to be about the TST Industries, their products essentially, because I have a couple of their products. But first I want to talk about their tail tidy because it is my favorite one. It's a normal tail tidy, but what I like the best is that they include this plate that covers up the hole left when you take out the original fender. I was looking at a bunch of other tail tidies, and none of them had that. It was essentially just like a bracket in here, and this all was left open, and it just looked bad. I don't know how well you can see it, but this whole piece is from TST, and it's made to block off what the OEM, I guess, fender covered. And I just think this is one of those nice little, going the extra step, I guess, in making something like nice, and people that you can tell they're people who actually care about product. Because nobody's ever gonna notice this, but I will. I'll know it's here. It'll bother me. But there's that. And then I have the smoked tail light, as well as I don't remember what these blinkers were called, but they're two little slim blinkers. This I love. Didn't think I was gonna like the smoked instead of the clear, but I love it. It's great. The line on the bike is super clean, and it doesn't the brake light just blends in, and you can just enjoy the lines on the bike. On the front, I have the same. So on the front, I also have these two little guys. Instead of the flush mounts, because they were a bit more of a pain in the neck to install from what I've heard, compared to how easy the flush mounts were. But I think these are nicer. People can actually see them. I couldn't find any videos where people were showing the blinker from the front, which is, what you care about. So if you're making a left turn, you want the people coming at you knowing that you're making a left turn. But they're super nice. They don't stick out too far, and they're just super clean. I'll give you a look. See, so first we'll go with the brake light, and it's so clean. It's so clean. My concern with the brake light was that since it's tinted, you'd have a hard time seeing it, but this is probably ow, just walked into the wall. This is probably 20 feet, and it's still pretty dang bright. But it's so nice. So I'm no longer concerned about clear versus smoked. And then if we turn on the blinkers, super bright, super awesome. I also got the flasher relay, so you're seeing a normal flash rate, whereas without the flasher relay, they do the hyper flash, which I didn't really like. But one of my other things that I really like about this is, I don't remember what piece it was, and it's hard to see in the video. I hope you're catching it. But the tail light is also a blinker. It was another little piece that you could install that I got, because I think that's cool as heck. So if we just do one side, you can see how, it just blinks. It's got a couple different settings. It does a sequential down the side. But yeah, without that flasher relay, this would have been bing, 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 bing. I'm sure you guys have seen it. And then the brake light is also pretty awesome, because there's a bunch of different settings that I can change the setting for the brake light pretty easily too. But I'll show you that right here. So that's what I chose. Flashes a bunch and then stays solid. I think there was one where it was a slow flash, just constant slow flash. And then there was another one that was just solid, or just hyper flashing the entire time. But yeah, I think it looks great, and it's pretty easy to install. TST has a bunch of videos on how to install these like turn signals, and the wiring for the most part, even if they don't have the specific turn signal that you got, the wiring is for the most part the same. Because I don't think they had a specific video on these. They didn't have a video on these, but watching the other ones, you can figure it out pretty easily. So safe to say I'm not going to make an install video because TST's was way better than anything I can make at this point. But oh yeah, sorry for the mess. Just got a new piece of furniture. But yeah, that's the bike. And those are the blinkers. Those are the few little upgrades that I've done that I think just make the bike so much nicer, so much cleaner, because you can barely even see the turn signals, but they're so bright. Like, that's pretty bright. It's hard, it doesn't come across well in the video, but that is pretty freaking bright. But yeah, I think total cost was, it wasn't too bad because I had to get a special wiring set to do the blinker and the tail light. I got the flasher relay. I got the brake light was a kit. The rear signals were a kit. The front signals were a kit. And then the tail tidy was a kit. I don't remember exactly how much I spent because I bought it all at the same time. I can pop it up on the video. But if I had to guess, it was probably at least $200. Because if I'm remembering correctly, I think the brake light kit with everything you need was $100. The tail tidy was close to $100. These were $30, and the fronts were like $30. So maybe $260 is going to be my guess. And not that much more for like the different wiring and the flasher relay, because I don't believe the flasher relay came in the brake light kit. It was one of those extra little things you could get. But yeah, that's the bike. I also got this fancy schmancy little rear stand that, since it's my first bike, I didn't know I needed these spools. I don't know if you can see them well, but so that was fun, and more on that in another video. But yeah, that's the bike, and that's the lights. I would seriously recommend getting them. It's just so nice to have. It's a quick, easy little thing that you can do to make the bike yours and start modifying it a little bit. You know, there's nothing wrong with the original ones. I just didn't like how bulby they were. I'm gonna include some before pictures to show you just how well, you know, it does at cleaning up the lines. Honestly though, if they had a red one, like a red tinted brake light, I almost would have preferred that over the smoked, but oh well, wasn't an option. Yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed the video, that's gonna be all. So I really hope you enjoyed it. But anyway, if you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does a bunch to help me out, and I honestly really like making these videos. So if I can get more people to subscribe, you know, I can put more videos out. But anyway, with that out of the way, ride safe. See you later.